Without villains, there is no need for heroes. Or is there? Is there really a need for a hero? Is there always a need for a hero in your life somewhere, some way? A hero can come in lots and lots of forms. Right now, I'm talking about a hero. Our hero is God, our eternal Father, His Son, Jesus Christ. And that's the reason we're here, is because He commanded us to multiply and replenish the earth and to put no other gods before Him. Some of you look at that and you go, no other gods before this person I've never seen. This person people say is really a person. Some people say he's a spirit. Some says he's a figment of my imagination. Some says he's the trees in the forest, or the cow in the field, or the chicken in the clucking house. So many thoughts, imaginations, ideas of what God really is. But I'm going to talk about villains today. Our last story I was talking about this bad guy. Let's call him a bad guy. You know, he really wasn't always a bad guy. You know, I don't believe, and I'm just talking here. I'm not using any scriptural basis or anything. I'm just looking at human race. I'm looking at me. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at George and Henry and Sally and Martha. Okay? I don't believe people were born into this world to be wicked or good. I don't believe that. I do think people have tendencies to lean certain ways, but I think some of it is learned from parents, from classmates, from friends, from the news. Boy, get into the news. I'm gonna get into the news. The news, news. What is the news? Is it a villain or is it a hero? That kind of, according to which news you watch, you kind of, they're kind of wishy-washy. They're kind of flippy-floppy. You're not even quite sure what you can believe and what you can't believe. Okay? Heroes. Is there really a need for a hero? Yes. Is there a need for a villain? Many of you'd say, well, I wish I didn't have to go through these problems. And that's with all of us. I don't care who you are, or what color you are, or you're here on this earth. And the only person that gets you elevated is you. I can talk till I'm blue in the face, and I'm not going to, because I hate looking blue. And unless you listen, you're not going to change. I can tell you, in fact, I'm going to tell you about a guy, and you have to decide, is this person a villain or a hero? This person was a good guy. He had a family. He was, this is real life. This is real life. And I happen to know him. But he raised his family up, taught them all these things, proper things of life. But somewhere along the way, he decided, I don't want to necessarily use the word greed, but he wanted things that maybe he wanted a little faster, like cars and money and stuff. And we all do. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with having some of these things. God says, it's great. I want you to have things. I've got them. I want you to have them. That's what fathers want. Fathers want us to achieve. But when that father starts dictating to you what he expects out of you, now you get the word dictate. There's a big difference between dictating and teaching. Okay? Dictating and teaching. That's where the separation of villains and heroes come in. And in some cases, these two combine very easily. Heroes and villains. Villains can entice us to follow them. They can try to tell us they know more, they're better than us, and if you'll just follow me. Now some of you are going to say, well, that's what God said. Just follow me. And there's scriptures that says that. So I'm not going to dispute some of you. But he says, look at my example. And you have to sort good and evil out. You have to sort the fine line of good and evil. You have to sort the fine line of conscience. You have been given a conscience, the ability to reason. Do you know that you're the only species on earth that has this power to reason, to have a conscience, to decide, is this right or wrong? Am I following a hero or am I following a villain? Do I want to be a hero or a villain? And I know some of you think you're doing perfectly right, but you're following this villain path because you want others to do what you dictate to them. And because you've learned something through college that your professors have told you, you say this is correct. But what does your conscience say? Well, first of all, you have to have some knowledge. And you have to have both sides of the picture. You can't choose knowledge what's easiest for you. Okay? Villains comes in all shapes and sizes and colors. And they come on wheels. Villains come all kinds of things. I wanted to say guns, but a gun isn't a villain. It can be used by a villain to encourage you to do what Cain did years ago. Kill his brother. And that's where it all began. Years and years ago. Cain and Abel. Cain got all bent out of shape because Abel, in Cain's view, was being pampered by his parents, let's say. Well, maybe Cain just wasn't doing the things his mother and dad had taught him to do. Okay? I'm going to get into some controversial stuff here as we go down the road. But that's part of life. Some you'll disagree, and some stuff you will agree with. And it's your choice. It's not my choice, it's your choice. And it doesn't matter what I say. It's your choice. You can sort the difference out here and decide if it's good for you or bad for you. I'm Steve Allen.
It has an effect on the fish.
And you're going to smash them with a potato masher.
Aha! There's a 4-pointer right there.
Came up to help people earn more money.